Hey, American Geeks. Today I'm here with Meghan Coletti, another amazing member. We're here to talk about not just her experience and story there, but also the benefits and results that she has seen while training. So, Meghan, thank you so much for being here. It's something I really appreciate taking the time to come on and do this. So, thank you.
No problem.
All right. So, what I like to do is help people get kind of a foundation. We'll set a stage so people get an idea where you were before and where you are now. So, let's jump back. Before you joined, kind of just tell me what was going on in life, like how you were feeling, what was going on during that entire time.
Okay. So I'm a mom. I have three kids. After I had my third baby, I was just feeling kind of beat up and run down, like a lot of new moms do. Um, and I just couldn't even I couldn't chase my kids around in the backyard. Going for a walk was hard. And I just decided I needed to do something about it. And I was very fortunate that one of my coworkers was a member with the Iron Core gym, and she said it was the best. So I said, well, it's the best. I got to go try it.
So you were talking about trying to run around or just feeling out of breath. How
Oh,
long
yeah.
were you feeling like that? Like how long did it was that point at where you were like, I've had enough of this?
Honestly, I probably let it go too far. You know, I had my kids pretty close together, so I didn't do any kind of exercise for about 8 years. And before that, it was very sporadic. Like I used to just walk or rollerblade kind of thing. Um, and I just needed to be able to do activities. I needed to be able to go to the park and play soccer with my kids, and I couldn't do that. And I had just let it go too long, I think. But I was busy having kids, so
Right.
um, and one of the things that drew me to Iron Core was that Rob, before COVID, actually let you bring your kids, and like he had a toy bin set up there, and he had an exerciser if you had a baby, and your child could be next to you while you did the class. So that really worked for me. My boys were little when I started there, and for a long time they came with me, and I was able to bring the kids with me. They watched me get strong, and it was really cool when they were little that I got to bring them with me. It was definitely a
Yeah.
bonus at that time.
So
Different now. I mean,
right, but setting that example for them, right? Like showing them from day one to make sure health is important and showcase that that's growing up. That's really a key important element.
and they really do promote that at Iron Core, that it's not just you, it's a lifestyle that you live. So when you leave the gym, they talk about how your body is still working and fighting and like burning calories throughout the day. They don't just provide workouts, they do other little things within the gym that they'll give you a diet to follow, or extra challenges outside of the gym. Like we've done squat challenges and burpee challenges, and it's things that you can take home and do with your family and get them involved as well. I mean, it took me a year to get my husband to come and try it, and I got him there one year for my birthday. He was working out at one of the big chain gyms and just didn't think that a 30-minute workout would work for him. And after the first round, he just looked at me and he's like, I'm dying. And he's been there 5 years now as well. So
Wow.
it's it's been a whole family event. And our daughter used to come prior to COVID as well and do the circuits with us. She's a teenager, and she loved it too. So
Now
we're everybody in now.
throwing in everybody. Soon you have the dog, right? Just bring everybody there, the whole family.
Right? Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna come back to this in a second about kind of like the feel and the atmosphere of the gym because there's a unique twist to this that we didn't mention before and I want people to know about and have a note on is you actually worked at a gym prior to this, right?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. When you were at that gym, were you training? Were you working out? Was it the same as kind of what you see here? What did you notice?
So I worked the front desk at that gym. It was a big chain gym, so it was pretty formal. But honestly, I worked there for 5 years, and nobody really taught me how to work out. I was not comfortable going and working out there. I really felt like they didn't care about the members. They really cared about their next sale. Um, so I never worked out while I was there. I never learned to work out. For 5 years, I worked there, and I didn't know how to work out. And it did not appeal to me to even go back and try there, even though maybe the price would have been a little bit better to start. But I just didn't feel like they were going to support me or teach me what I needed to know to do it on my own. So And I
Yeah.
actually, one of my favorite things about Iron Core is that I'm never on my own because it's small group training every day. And like, there's always that support of being with somebody else. Like, I can always look over and be like, oh my goodness, this is hard. And everybody in there is in the same boat. And it's very much a community feel versus, oh, give us your money and off you go on your own. Like, you better just figure it out. At
Yeah.
Iron Core, it's we we always say it's the Iron Core family, and it really feels like that. When I walk in there, everybody's friendly and encouraging. We notice each other's successes, and if somebody's struggling, we all kind of join together to support them. It's we've met incredible people there. I mean, the atmosphere that they have created at this gym is really unique and special.
Very, very, very interesting. No, what I find about this whole thing like really kind of stands out to me is that right, you were at this other gym, you worked there for 5 years, didn't
Yeah,
work out, like didn't you were it just felt like a number. So did you carry some of those preconceived notions? Maybe some of that when you started with Iron
I
Core. Were you
did.
worried about that?
I was worried about it, but I did have coworkers who were already there, and they said you're never going to find a better workout, and it's only 30 minutes, which at the time was great. Like, I was working, I had kids, so 30 minutes to me, when someone says they have to go to the gym for an hour and a half, to me, I don't have an hour and a half to go to the gym. And I don't know what I'm doing if I go walk into a gym on my own. So this is 30 minutes of someone directing me for that whole entire time. Like, even the 30-second break is counted in times for me. I don't have to think about anything. They're telling me what to do, they're correcting my form. To me, I couldn't get a more supportive place to go. And I needed that direction because I think for a lot of people, when you walk into a gym, it's intimidating. I had never been someone who exercised a lot like as a teen or in my early 20s, so I didn't know what to do, and I just felt like people were staring at me, and it was very uncomfortable in the big chain. So to come in there and to have somebody be like, okay, this is exactly what I want you to do, everybody's doing it together, and we're going to help you get reach your goal. Like, to me, that was incredible, and it's like that every single day.
Regardless of fitness level, regardless of injuries, right? There's modifications that anybody can kind of make sure they're doing stuff
Oh,
to get through it all.
I don't think that there's a class that I'm in that the trainer isn't modifying for at least one person in the class. When I started, I couldn't even do like I couldn't do burpees. Like, I just didn't have the energy to do it. Like, and it was I felt embarrassed, but everybody in there was like, "That's where we all started. Don't worry, you're gonna get there. Just wait till next week. You're gonna be able to do this." Like, even jumping jacks were hard for me. So the things that I thought I was going to be embarrassed about, everybody was just like, "Hey, I was there 6 months ago. I was there 5 years ago. Like, you can do this. You've got this." And when I started to improve, there was this whole group of people that was noticing and encouraging me. "Hey, I noticed you made it through that round. Great job. Like, wait till you see what
Yeah.
you can do next week." And so it's never stopped. Like, that encouragement, even though I've learned how to do the moves now, I've been there 6 years. Now it's okay, like, I'm going to give you a more advanced move, or let's up your weight. And it never stops. They never stop
Right.
trying to help you improve and make it to that next level. There's always a next level. And so, whether you're a beginner or you've been there 6 years like me, they're always constantly trying to help you improve and make yourself better. I often find that the trainer will come over and just make like the tiniest adjustment in my position, and that changes the whole exercise for me. So, um, it's not like if it's your first day and you don't know what you're doing, that you're the only one that's being coached. Everybody in the class has a little tweak that they need, and everybody's getting a little bit of encouragement to try something different or to do something a different way.
Gotcha. Now, what I want to do, I want to transition. I want to talk a little bit about what you've noticed, the benefits, results, because you mentioned, right, you were just struggling. You're out of breath. You wanted to spend time running around with your kids, enjoying that, and you couldn't do that before. So you've been there for 6 years. Obviously, right, you're still there. You've seen some results. So what have you noticed? What have been some of the biggest changes and benefits for you?
Um, Body wise, I mean, I actually gained weight when I started. But I went down 3 pant sizes. So I put muscle on, and my body shape changed so much. I couldn't believe it. Like, I have a waist now, and I've got a neck. And so, even though my weight actually increased. The shape of my body changed so much. Like I always wanted to have like a little waist and, you know, be toned. And I finally have that. And so they don't really focus on the scale very much. Like they really want to focus on your body shape and muscle and improving your health. But for me, I mean, I love that I trimmed down a lot, but I can now run. I can run 5K, which I never thought I could do, and I'm not a runner like at all. But there's so much cardio involved. I didn't even realize I was doing cardio, and then my husband was like, "Let's go for a run one day during COVID," and I could do it, and it blew my mind. So it's given me confidence to try new things. I tried skiing 2 years ago for the first time since I was 18, and I'm 40, and I had so much fun. And when I was doing the lesson there, I understood the way he was telling me to move my body because of the training I've gotten at the gym. I understood which muscles to engage, and it's just given me confidence to go out and try new physical things that I never would have done before. I've always been intimidated by physical activities. So this has opened up my world to so many new things. Like I've played tennis, I've played baseball again, which I hadn't played since I was a kid. I've tried skiing, I've been rollerblading with my kids. My husband and I go for long walks with our dogs, and I'm not winded or sweating through my shirt just from a walk. Like it's really shaped and improved my life in all sorts of directions outside of just weight loss. So it's just given me so much more confidence and a great support system as well. So it's been
Wow.
wonderful.
Now, I do want to ask this. You'd mentioned before we started, right? You couldn't even do a burpee, right? You do. Are there, and you mentioned you didn't run before, right? Now you could do 5Ks. Any other things that you noticed, strength things or challenges or someone asking for help or anything that like you wouldn't have never thought you would have done before, but now you're like, yeah, I can do this, no problem.
Listen, my husband works in construction, and instead of calling friends over to help when we have to do something at our house, it's just me now. I mean, I know it's a good thing, but I hate it. But I can't believe the amount of weight I can lift and carry. Things that I thought that I would have to rely on my husband for before, I just do on my own. Like I've cut down trees now. Like I'm doing heavy landscaping on my own. Even like just with the kids, like maneuvering all of their equipment now. It's just easy, and I can do it. Like I said, like it's given me confidence to try at least. So, but if somebody needs something like to be carried and it's heavy and they're looking at guys, I'm like, I can do that and I'll go pick it up. And I love to see the reaction from people when I just head over and I don't even think about it. I'm like, I know how, I've been taught how to lift a heavy thing properly. I can do that. And I just do it. And I love to do it, especially with guys, because it
That's
really
pretty cool.
blows their mind. And
Yeah.
there's the women at this gym. It's really incredible. My husband even says, like, one of the trainers, he's like, one day I'm going to be able to swing as much as her. And so I love it. Like, it's very empowering to feel strong. So, and they talk about that a lot. Like, it's not just about being skinny, and they don't even like you to say that word at the gym. Like, we're not there to be skinny, we're there to be strong and healthy. And so it's definitely given me so much more confidence, and I can do so much more now than I ever thought I could before. And
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's fun.
So would you say go as far as say it's changed your life?
Oh, yes. So much. Like I'm so much more confident now, even at work. Like things that I never would have applied for or volunteered for at work, even though they aren't necessarily a physical thing, being strong has given me the confidence to say, hey, I accomplished this at the gym. I can try something else that's new. I can go for this. And like, I've been able to try and accomplish things that I just wouldn't have done without this foundation of physical strength. And the support from the staff at the gym is just amazing. Like if I'm talking about something at work, like they'll check in on me and follow up with me to see how that went. Like it's not just about the workout. They really focus on community and family feel. So it's not just did you lift the heaviest weight today? It's I heard you had a job interview. How did it go? Like, is there anything you need from us that we can help you with? Like, do you need to get a good workout in beforehand to get your jitters out? They support you in everything. it really is a family. Like I don't know how else to describe it
Okay.
except you like them and you chose to be with them.
Okay. All right. So since you've gone through so much, spent so much time, a lot of changes, I want to wrap up, ask just a few more questions for you. So if someone, let's say maybe in a very similar position to where you were before you joined, or they're not feeling well, they're looking for another gym, or they just hear your story and they're thinking about it, but they're on the fence. What would you tell them to push them off the fence to do this?
Um, you'll never regret this. It's 30 minutes a day, right? It's a very short time commitment, but it's a lifelong achievement that you'll gain from it. So I think joining a gym is scary, especially if you've never worked out before. But at Iron Core, I would say you're going to get support there that you wouldn't get elsewhere. They don't care if you're lifting a heavy weight to start. They don't care if you're a tiny person, a big person. They are going to sit down with you and they're going to figure out what you need to succeed and what your goals are. So to me, like, I feel like this gym is different because they really look at you as an individual person. They're not looking at you like a number. It's a small gym. They're never going to have 1,000 members. It's going to be a 12-person class maximum, even less now because of COVID restrictions. So, like, you're going to get that one on one feel from it and you're going to get the support that you need. So, if you're nervous and feeling uncomfortable, you're going to walk into a group of people who want you to succeed. I don't think that there's a better gym to start to go to if you're just starting out. And I don't see us ever leaving. Like, Rob's going to have to the owner's going to have to close the doors and lock us out before we stop going there because we just don't know how to live our lives
Okay.
without that community family feel.
Well, Megan, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on, sharing the story, the experience. It's been amazing to hear the whole journey over the past 6 years, prior to that, where you were, everything in between, and what it's meant to you, to your family. And I just want to wish you the best of luck with everything moving forward.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks again. Take care.
Okay. Thank you.